What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you clicked on this video, the title probably caught your eye. I stopped chasing women, and something unexpected happened. And before you roll your eyes and click away, thinking this is another one of those bitter, avoid all women, they're the enemy videos, it's not. I'm telling you right now, that's not what this is about. That mindset is a trap. This is a story about a fundamental shift in strategy. It's about changing the game so completely that you stop being a player and you start becoming the guy who owns the whole damn stadium. It's about what happened when I took all the energy I was pouring into seeking validation and pointed it back at myself. And the results? The results were not what I expected at all. So stick around, because I think this one might change your perspective on a few things. Let's be honest for a second. Most of us, especially in our late teens and early 20s, have been on the hamster wheel. You know what I'm talking about. The constant chase. For me, it was a full-time, unpaid job with the worst boss imaginable. My own ego. My week was structured around it. Who do I text? Did she see my story? What witty reply can I come up with that sounds effortless, but actually took me 20 minutes to craft? It was pathetic. I was spending money I didn't have, on dates that felt more like job interviews where I was the only one being evaluated, buying drinks at a bar, hoping for a sliver of attention. My bank account was bleeding out, not from building a future, but from funding temporary moments of external approval. My hobbies? They took a back seat. That book I wanted to read? Nah, gotta keep my phone handy in case she texts back. Hitting the gym? Maybe tomorrow. I'm too busy overthinking why she used a period instead of an emoji. I was sacrificing my own growth, my own mission, on the altar of maybe she'll like me. The worst part is that it turns you into a chameleon. You lose yourself. You start mirroring her interests, laughing at jokes you don't find funny, pretending to like things you couldn't care less about. You become a hollowed-out version of yourself, a project to be judged, instead of a man to be respected. And you can feel it. You feel cheap. You feel weak. So what was the breaking point for me? It wasn't one giant explosion. It was a slow, painful realization that culminated in one specific night. And man, I hate talking about myself like this, but you need to hear this to understand. There was this girl. I was convinced she was the one. You know the drill. I spent about 3 weeks in full-on chase mode. I planned this elaborate date, not just let's grab a coffee. I'm talking a full-on, multi-stage operation. A nice dinner at a place I definitely couldn't afford, followed by this cool, speakeasy bar I had found. I probably dropped close to $200 setting this thing up. The day comes. I'm hyped. I get a text from her an hour before we're supposed to meet. Hey, so sorry. Something came up. Rain check? No explanation. No alternative day, just rain check. And I knew. We all know what rain check means in that context. It's a soft no. It's the corporate speak of rejection. And in that moment, sitting in my apartment, looking at the non-refundable reservation confirmation on my screen, something in me just snapped. It wasn't even about her. It was about me. I felt like the biggest fool in the world. I had invested my time, my money, and my mental energy into this. For what? To be dismissed with a 2-word text message. I looked around my life. My finances were a mess. I was skinny fat. My personal projects were collecting dust. And it was all because my primary focus, my mission, was to get a girl to like me. That was the night I quit. I didn't send an angry text. I didn't beg. I just replied, "No problem." And then I deleted her number. I deleted the dating apps. I logged out. I went completely dark. I decided right then and there that the chase was over. Forever. And this is where the unexpected part begins. When you stop pouring water into a leaky bucket, you suddenly realize how much water you actually have. First, the money. It was shocking. The $50 here on a mediocre date, the $100 there on a night out at the bars, it all adds up. I started tracking it. In the first month, I had an extra $400. $400. Instead of setting it on fire for a fleeting moment of attention, I started paying myself first. I opened an investment account and started buying index funds. It wasn't much, but it was a start. It was the first time I was building my future, not funding someone else's night out. Second, my body. I suddenly had all this free time in the evenings. Instead of waiting by the phone, I went to the gym. And not just to half-ass it, I went with purpose. I followed a real program. I started cooking my own food because I wasn't eating out all the time. In 6 months, I had gained 15 pounds of muscle. My face looked different. My posture changed. I wasn't just looking stronger. I felt more powerful. I was building my own armor. Third, my mind and my skills. This was the biggest one. I started reading, voraciously. Books on finance, on history, on philosophy. Yes, I read The Rational Male, like every other guy, and yeah, it has some good points about dynamics. But I also read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I started learning a new skill. For me, it was video editing. For this very channel. It could be coding, or welding, or learning a language for you. I was no longer a project to be invested in. I was the investor, the architect, and the construction worker of my own damn life. I was building a man that I respected. And finally, my friendships. I reconnected with my boys, not just for superficial nights out, but on a deeper level. We'd go hiking, work on cars, build things, or just sit around a fire and actually talk. I realized that a brotherhood of strong, reliable men is infinitely more valuable than the flaky validation I was chasing before. So here is the craziest, most unexpected part of it all. Here's the punchline. After about a year of this, of being in the trenches, working on myself, completely off the grid in terms of dating, something started to shift. Women started noticing. And it wasn't because I was using some new line or technique. It was the opposite. I wasn't trying at all. I would be at a coffee shop, working on my laptop, and a girl would ask me what I was working on. I'd be at the gym, focused, headphones in, and someone would approach me between sets. The dynamic had completely flipped 180 degrees. And I realized the great irony of life. Women are not attracted to men whose mission is women. They are attracted to men who have a mission of their own, and they want to be a part of it. When you're chasing, you radiate neediness. You're a fan asking for an autograph. But when you're on your own path, focused on building your empire, whether that empire is a multi-million-dollar company or just a life of quiet confidence and competence, you radiate something else entirely. You radiate purpose. You're not the fan anymore. You're the star of your own show. Your time becomes valuable. Your attention becomes a commodity. You are no longer seeking, you are being sought. You develop what people call an abundance mentality, not because you have a dozen women lining up, but because your life is already so full of purpose and satisfaction that a woman's validation is simply a complement to your life, not the centerpiece of it. So, to bring it all home, When I say I stopped chasing, I didn't become a monk who hates women. I just changed my priorities from external validation to internal construction. I stopped being a consumer of attention and became a producer of value. You have to build the man you want to be first. Build him financially, physically, and mentally. Build your kingdom. Make it so solid and so fulfilling that you're happy to be there alone. Because trust me, once you build a kingdom worth visiting, people will want a tour. And this time, you're the one holding the keys. You're the one setting the terms. You're not chasing anymore. You're choosing. And that, my friends, is a power they can never teach you in school. That's the formula. Stop chasing, start building. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been on that hamster wheel and what you did to get off. I read all of them. If this video helped, hit that subscribe button. It tells me you guys want more real talk like this. That's all from me. I'm out.